Wow, I can't believe that you were able to speak at Harvard University. I mean, that's like one of the best universities in the world. Yeah, I know. It was amazing. Well, being me, the fact that I was able to turn into an overnight millionaire and turn my $0 business into a seven-figure online business with my knowledge and technology, of course they had to invite me. Well, okay. Well, where is this place actually? Because what was it for? Was it for like the graduation speech or who were you speaking to at Harvard University? I mean, that's not really that important. I was just able to speak at Harvard and I thought that was really cool. I mean, yeah, it's awesome that you're able to talk it out. I'm just curious, like, where was this? Or like, what kind of an event was it for, like, at the university? Well, if you really must, it was the Harvard Faculty Business Club. That's all you need to know about that. You know, you think you've seen it all when it comes to the online marketing industry and when it comes to YouTube, but of course, YouTube always tends to prove me wrong. So this video is going to be a bit different from what I normally do. It's going to be more of a rant. I'm still going to try to keep it educational because that's just the core of who I am. But at the same time, I just want to have a more casual conversation about something like this. All right, I don't even know where to begin. Basically, there is marketing agencies out there who help people who are looking to build clout, looking to build recognizable kind of authority on this platform. They basically set up these fake events and seminars so that you can appear like you're a person in authority when it comes to the online space. The intro that I just did is kind of targeting that. It's basically there's so many people in this space and everybody wants to seem like they're the best. What these agencies do is that they allow you to go to an area which is kind of created to seem like it's that place. So Harvard was the example that I was talking about earlier. And then you look like that you're speaking at Harvard, but in reality, you're just speaking at some random place. And then afterwards, the video editing and so forth, they'll edit it in a way where like you can have that footage and then you can say that you were able to speak at Harvard because of your seven-figure, $1 million business. And of course, I use that term loosely, like six figures, seven figures. That's like a huge term that's thrown around anywhere when it comes to the end goal that people are trying to achieve, because everybody wants to have financial freedom, everybody wants to have that kind of wealth. I just found it interesting and wanted to share with my viewers because if you're watching this, you've probably seen ads that have like a similar effect. I've just never seen the fact that there are people who have these programs out there where instead of actually working to build authority and actually having the experience, you can actually create a fake seminar or a fake speech at a prestigious university and be able to use that as social proof, be able to use that as proof that you are socially reputable. So what can we talk about other than the fact that I'm exposing this huge scam that this person is doing? Well, I want to talk about kind of the theory behind it first, and then we can also go a little bit into how the packages actually work, because I was just surprised. And despite being in this industry for so long, I was genuinely surprised. Let me set the stage here first. Right now on YouTube, every day, every year, I would say every month maybe, there's always new people who are trying to target this space. It's kind of like a gold rush even now, despite the fact it's been around for so long. And because of that instance, there's a lot of competition. And everybody can say what they think, and everybody can say kind of what people hear, and eventually everybody starts saying the same thing. Now, what do you need to do in order to differentiate yourself? You need to have existing proof, and you'd have kind of reputable resources when it comes to that type of proof. YouTube is very competitive, and it's also interesting in a sense because there's various aspects like vanity numbers, for example. That's a very easy one. That is the biggest indicator when it comes to whether or not a person clicks on a video. And it's also almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like if you don't have the views, you don't have the volume, then people aren't going to want to click on your video. And that's why people experience exponential growth. So for people who are trying to make money on this platform, but they don't have any proof, they don't have any experience, they don't have any kind of affectable sense of authority. What can they do? That is when these agencies come along. These agencies are able to use that video that is created as a marketing tool for their client. So their client, instead of working hard and actually building the network, building the authority, creating content that people actually find valuable and end up becoming a client, they just pay a few $1,000s to create this fake seminar, this fake engagement, speaking engagement that allows them to seem like they have authority. And because of the fact that they use the Harvard name, they're able to get people to click on their video. The ironic thing actually is that that's not even the case. Like, even after using the name, they're still unable to get viewership for their content, which is even sadder. But at the same time, we know that the market is there because of the fact that these businesses are running pretty well. This kind of speaks to a bigger problem on the platform about people copying each other, just people all doing the same things. And this is because a lot of viral videos in the past, I think some really big names like Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, they definitely get a lot of views when they speak at these popular universities. But the thing is, people are trying to replicate that by creating a fake version in efforts to also have the same commanding authority. Therefore, it ends up being kind of like a repetitive, hollow version of itself, and the fact that it's fake makes it even worse. I guess this video is educational after all, because that's just the natural state that I am when it comes to making content and being myself. Bottom line is that in order to build the authority, they create this fake version of the speech, and they're able to use that as a marketing tool on their websites, on YouTube, so that people think that they have the prestige of speaking at these universities, when in reality, they're probably not even affiliated, or they probably never stepped inside that campus. Okay, let's jump into the packages, because these packages are actually just crazy. I looked into some of these websites. I'm not sure if they're still going to be up, because there has been kind of like people are catching on. Basically, they start from ranges of 5,000 to 10,000 to 15,000. At 5,000, you're able to get kind of a picture with somebody that actually has a name. And this goes back to the idea of social proximity, where people believe that if they take a photo with someone famous, they can also be famous as well. And to some extent, that does happen just because of the way that social media is, like, and how we have such short attention spans. If we see somebody sitting with somebody else who's also very popular, they end up thinking, okay, that guy must have something reputable as well. So $5,000 to have your photo at the event with like the backdrop and with the celebrity, with a real celebrity. The next level of this one is $10,000, which from what I saw is either being able to be on video with the person who's popular, and also being able to have a speech yourself at that area. And it might be where like it's like an interview or something like that. It is still completely fake in a sense, but they will have the footage that you can use for your marketing material, just so that it seems like you have the authority. The final tier of this one is $15,000, which is just nuts to think about. But of course, like any kind of sales or marketing, they want to convince you that there is a return on investment. And who knows, with how gullible people can be, there might actually end up being a return on investment when it comes to this type of content. But $15,000, they have an entire video package, edited, produced for you, where it looks from the beginning to end that you were able to speak at Harvard, with the logo, with everything, with the complete speech. And that speech is basically just a huge sales pitch for their business, just so that they're able to relate it back in that sense. Let me know what you think when it comes to this scam, this kind of marketing tool. I was just surprised, and that's why I wanted to make a video about it. There was some leaked information from this person, who I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to link here, but he did even say, like, you have to say that you're able to speak at the Harvard Faculty Business Club or some kind of a name. So you can never say that you actually spoke at Harvard University. And there's actually a lot of other places too. Like there's actually NASDAQ, for example, which makes no sense. Like speaking of NASDAQ, what does that mean? But that's the key here. It's kind of working on marketing tactics in an unethical way in order to trick people into thinking that you have authority and trick people into actually buying a product when the product actually doesn't have that value. Let me know what you think when it comes to this scam, this hoax that's going on, because if you're watching this, chances are you've probably seen ads or commercials. You've probably seen this space in some shape or form. The fact that this industry even exists or this type of service exists just really shows how competitive and how hollow some online marketers, online gurus can be because of the fact that they're not willing to actually do the work and actually produce real results. They have to resort to using these type of marketing tools in order to get some kind of authority figure, in order to build some kind of authority. That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. The links are below if you want to work with me, get my ebook, etc. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.